Well, it's time for another Mailbag Monday. I got 5 envelopes here this week, and 2 of them come to us from Canada. So it'll be interesting to see what I got from Canada. Let's go ahead and dig into them and see what we got. So let's get started here. This first one comes to us from Pennsylvania. A smaller envelope. Go ahead and just rip it on open and see what we got in here. Looks to be a fairly old card here. Let's get this out of the way. Go ahead and take it out of the package. From 1931. And it was sent from Erie, Pennsylvania. Looking down the incline at Lookout Mountain, Chattanooga, Tennessee. Now, I've never seen one like this, and it really caught my attention. Usually when you see excuse me. Wow. Lost for words again. Views of this, usually you're looking dead down the tracks of the incline. This one was quite interesting because you were looking kind of at an angle to it. So, never saw one like this. And then again, it was postmarked, and it really piqued my attention. So I figured I needed to get this one because I don't have this one in my collection. And also, you can see how all of Chattanooga is not even developed. In the little town of St. Elmo here, it is, a little bit of development there. But as you can tell here, a lot of the downtown Chattanooga area is not even there yet. Right there at the Tennessee River and all that. So I thought that was kind of interesting little piece of history to add to the Chattanooga collection. And this next one comes to me from Cypress, Texas. Never heard of Cypress, Texas. Let's see what we got in this one here. Might have to pull out the old razor blade knife here. Looks like that blade might need to be replaced. Okay. Now this is something you don't see a whole lot of. This is the L'Enfant Inn in Pascagoula, Mississippi. This hotel is no longer. I'm trying to think when it was demolished. Within the last 10 years, it was demolished. And now, behind the sign, off where these cars are, if you can see, there is actually a Hardee's restaurant. And actually where the hotel is, right here behind this atrium, is a Hilton. And that was where the welcome area, the guest area, the restaurant, and all that. And behind that was the actual hotel rooms pictured here. The back of the lobby area overlooked the pool. Now where all this is, right here is it's a Subway sandwich, not a Subway sandwich, but that sort of sandwich shop back that way. Don't see a whole lot of these. Trying to see. Still has a 601 area code. When in 601 area code went away in the late 80s, I believe. So this is at least early 80s, and it's a really good, clear picture of this hotel. But like I said, it's been gone for probably about 5 or 10 years now, and upgraded to a newer hotel. Mr. L'Enfant himself, I believe he passed on quite a few years ago. But anyways, just something I don't see a lot of from my hometown, and just one of the things I wanted to grab for the collection for my hometown. And the next envelope comes to us not from Las Vegas, but North Las Vegas. Never knew there was a difference. I thought they were just Vegas. Let's get into it. I like these envelopes that have a little tear tab on them. This is Lock Miller's Motel on Lookout Mountain. I recently saw a video about this. It says 1982. On this hotel. It's still standing. It was kind of extended stay or apartments. And from the looks of the video, they were trying to renovate it, or they were doing something with it. I can't remember what it is. I'll find the video. I'll put a link up here in the top corner here. Let you take a look at it. And I want to say I have some photos, old photos besides this one, to see how it used to look. If I do have them, I'll throw them up here on the screen. the little roadside motels, they always kind of intrigue me, especially if they're around Lookout Mountain, Chattanooga, that area. Just the way they're dotted around the side of the mountain, and you have some fairly large ones, you have some fairly small ones. This one's kind of looks like a medium-sized one. Pretty sure the sign's gone, but like I said, I'll post a link to that video where they were talking about it. It was just interesting. I didn't see too many of these, and I went ahead and got this one just in case they were tearing it down. And you know, if they did tear it down, the postcard would be a little more memorable, valuable, however you want to look at it. So just wanted another collection additions to the Chattanooga Lookout Mountain area. So let's get into one of these Canada envelopes. I found it interesting that I actually got it from the same seller twice and didn't really realize it. But the shipping from Canada was just as cheap, if not cheaper, than some of the United States eBay sellers. You know, it's just a plain vanilla envelope, but coming all the way from North Canada to the southern part of the United States where I'm at, you know, it was, I don't know, I guess these are cents. It wasn't a whole lot of money, obviously, if you want to count them up and do the math on it, but I thought it was kind of interesting. The shipping was cheaper. And they got this nicely packaged. I've never seen one like this before. Give me a second here to figure out how to get into this. Okay, so they took a piece of cardstock, and taped that on there. Okay, that's a clever way to do it. And this person had quite a few postcards online that I noticed, and I should have got a couple of them at one time to save on shipping and packaging and all that stuff. But anyway, so what we have here is the Fairyland service station at the entrance of Rock City atop Lookout Mountain. This gas station is no longer there. I'm not even sure what was there. I thought this was kind of interesting. This is not really a postcard per se, because you look on the back of it, it doesn't have a place to mail it off. What it is you get a picture of a full-size color picture of Lover's Leap, suitable for framing with the purchase of 1 or more gallons of gasoline. So you buy a gallon of gasoline, you get a picture. Now, back in those days, gallon of gasoline is probably 10, 15 cents, something like that, and now it's $4, $5, $6, $7, which is crazy. But anyways, I just thought that was kind of interesting. I'm guessing, looking at the cars, those are 40, 50 model cars. So this is probably, you know, we're going to go with mid-50s era. I just thought it was interesting. It wasn't really a quote-unquote postcard, but more of a sales ad, I guess. I'm not sure where you would get this at. I'm not sure if this was in that gas station, you know, or at a welcome center. It was just interesting to me, and one of the things I just needed to get for the more Rock City collection of the postcards. And the last envelope from Canada. Another thing that's interesting, none of these stamps have been, you know, postmarked or ran through the machine where it kind of voids them out. I just thought that was kind of unique as well. Kind of look at the stamps there. Looks like a miner doing some mining work. Anyways, let's go ahead and open this one up. And let's see if I got another Lookout Mountain postcard or not. And survey says yes. And I actually got a couple of them. So I did buy a couple postcards from this seller, just at 2 intervals here. Go ahead and cut them free. And we're just going to slide that one out. Slide that one out. And slide that one out. Let's go ahead and let's just get started with this last one I pulled out here. This is the highway going up around Lookout Mountain, way before the interstate. The interstate runs down here, right there along the river. I want to say they actually probably filled in some of the river to make the interstate right there. If you look right there, right just past where that car is, off to the left, that's the road that takes you up and around back towards Ruby Falls. And somewhere in this area here, right in this area here. I think that's where the escape route for Ruby Falls is in case they have accidents, or where it would be in this picture. This might be actually before that was dug out. So postmarked 1940. So we know exactly when this was done. And it talks about the Dixie Sightseeing Auto at Jonas Bluff Lookout Mountain. I never knew that was called Jonas Bluff, so learned something new today. Let's take a look at the next one here, which is Roper's Rock at Lookout Mountain, Chattanooga, Tennessee. Now you can tell right there off the side there is a narrow gauge or broad gauge. I want to say it was a narrow gauge railroad that went around the mountain, and at one point over here was Lookout Mountain or Point Mountain. Now it's Point Park, excuse me. It was a hotel out here, a very fancy hotel. These stairs are still here, but in a different rendition that you can climb down, and me and my daughter actually climbed down those when we were up that way. Last year before last, whenever it was, 2021? Yeah, 2021 we did that. That was just kind of interesting. Wish we had spent more time in the Point Park area because there's lots of trails in and around this whole area. And we didn't realize how busy, I guess you say, that area was, full of things to do, and kind of kick ourselves in the pants for missing out on it. But we're going to go back and check them out here soon. And up next here, we have the grist mill at entrance of Rock City Gardens. So at one point there was a grist mill. I had a postcard with my folding postcards that I did last week, and it depicted that grist mill. I think it was actually a real photograph back of that postcard that I did. I'll put a link up here. Take a look at that photo set. Now this one is not postmarked, so I'm not sure when it's going to be from. I know you can date postcards by the divided, and if it has a stamp area, that sort of thing. So, if I was guessing, I'm gonna say 20s to 30s. It may be 40s. I'm not exactly sure. Looks to be real. You can actually see see if the light picks up. You can see little variations in it. But yeah, that was interesting. All these postcards that I got from that particular seller, with the exception of this one, I've never seen before, which thought it was quite odd that somebody from Canada had a collection of postcards of somewhere so famous, so well traveled to, that I couldn't find anywhere else. Now I've seen one similar to this one here with the car, similar, but not exactly. It may have been a rendition of that one. I thought that was interesting. Pretty sure the person that I bought these from is not a collector. They probably buy them in bulk and split them up and sell them individually, or lots of them, however. But I just had, saw these, and they piqued my fancy of interest of new scenes I haven't seen before of the Lookout Mountain area. And that's why I went ahead and got these to add to the Lookout Mountain collection. So from the looks of this week's Mailbag Monday, I went on another Lookout Mountain postcard spending spree, with the exception of the one here from my hometown. That was something interesting I had to get a hold of. The postcard buying has slowed down a little bit. I got enough to do probably 2 or 3 more Mailbag Mondays. I'm going to start going into my actual collection once I get, not necessarily dried up, but where I get to a point where I'm not going to be buying as much or as many anymore. Got some vacations I'm trying to save up for, and bills to pay off, that sort of thing. So my spending free money it's not dried up, don't get me wrong, but I'm being more frugal with it, let's just say. Got some things I'm looking forward to doing this year, I want to do this year, and improvements on the house and that, that sort of thing. So not saying the Mailbag Mondays are coming to an end. I'm going to still do them every other week like I have been for the last month or so, maybe 2 months. But anyways, just some older postcards, some that you don't see too often, and I've only seen probably once before, and here and there, and I say every so often. But like I said, more of a Lookout Mountain kind of theme going on this week. But anyways, if you remember staying at the Lockmiller's Hotel or the Grist Mill, or you've even stayed at the LaFawn Inn, Pascagoula, Mississippi, let me know in the comments below. I'd like to see if anybody's ever stayed there before or their thoughts on it. With that being said, I appreciate y'all watching. We'll see you next time.